Today we will be starting our genetic inventory. This is looking at 12 traits that we call Mendelian traits, meaning that there is one gene that determines what you are, and there are only two options for each trait. Before we start, we need to know a little vocab. A phenotype is the physical expression of a trait. This literally means how it looks. People say things like, "I have blue eyes." Blue eyes would then be the phenotype for this trait. A genotype is the actual genetic makeup of a trait. This is literally the A's, T's, C's, and G's that make up the trait. To make it easier on us, we represent them with a set of two letters. One letter represents the trait from mom, one represents the trait from dad. We represent dominant traits with capital letters and recessive traits with lowercase letters. In this case, both mom and dad gave a dominant trait, so we represent that big B, big B. In this case, mom gave a big B, dad gave a recessive, so we call that big B, little b. In this case, both parents gave recessive genes, so we show that by using two little b's. I just chose B because my name is Bauer. Let's look at the first trait. The first one we'll be looking at is bent pinky, which is exactly what it says. If you hold your hand out flat, does your pinky bend towards your ring finger? If it does, you show the dominant trait. And under phenotype on your paper, you will write bent pinky. If not, you will write straight pinky. Our next trait is mid-digital hair. This is hair between the first and second knuckle on your hand, right in here, right below where the big bend is. Some people have hair there, like this guy, and some people don't. Kind of weird to have hairy knuckles, by the way. Tongue rolling. This is a trait that's actually quite a bit of fun to look at. Those people who can roll their tongue have the protein built that allows their muscles to actually do this. Those people who can't, just flat can't. Some famous people can and can't as well. Harry Potter can. Hermione, not so much. Widow's peak is a little, projection from your hairline that comes down. Kind of like a little point. Some of us have it, some of us don't. You may need to look in the mirror or have someone else help you decide what you are. Thumb crossing. Put your hands straight out in front of you, slap your hands together, and let your hands interlace and lock. However your thumbs go over the top, that's what you are. Some people are left over right, some are right over left. If you don't think this is a trait, slam them together, let them rest naturally, and then open your hands and reposition them so that they are opposite of how they naturally line up. You'll be able to tell. It's a little weird. Earlobes. If your earlobes are detached, that means they're free hanging, kind of like this one and like this one. There's a little lobe kind of hanging down here and it doesn't go straight into the side of the head. That's a dominant trait. If your earlobes are attached, they will go straight into the side of your head, like this lady. Hitchhiker's thumb. If you put your thumb up and it goes back even just a little bit, that means you have hitchhiker's thumb. Some people don't have that ability at all. It goes straight up in the air. Chin dimple. Chin dimple is a dominant trait, kind of like this guy has, and this guy, and Tom Brady. But a lot of people don't have a chin dimple, and that's recessive, right in here. Short big toe. That means your big toe is shorter than your second toe, like this foot on the right. This foot over here, the big toe, is longer than your second toe. Please don't check this one out in class. PTC taster will be one that we do in class. On your assignment sheet, these are the things you should be able to fill in. These two columns. Phenotype. Just write down what trait you are. Under genotype, use the letter B and decide, are you dominant or are you recessive? Just fill in the first two columns. These two columns we will do tomorrow in class.